conversation concerning the subject matter of the guys at the Open Chats podcast has gotten a little bit out there. There are parties, Patriotic Alliance in specific, which is already seeking to take this very serious towards the law and the whole nine jazz. Which after the Kenny Kunene sounds like, they found a topic that brings like a redemption arc or something like that for them, because that was bad enough. So now this subject here just landed before them as, you know what, we can go all out. And also campaigning is very costly. You have to spend millions to do campaigning. So this does drive campaigning much cheaper. That's just a side comment. But I saw something in the comments that I wanted to I wanted us to talk about it. And also because we've spoken about this in discipleship. In discipleship session, we spoke about how we hear, or how one ought to hear. And we're speaking about Christians, particularly in a Christian manner. What are you supposed to hear? How are you supposed to hear? It was a very interesting conversation. I think we did 2 sessions on it. So, the guys at the Open Chat thingy, they even had to release a second statement from a legal perspective, or from a lawyer's perspective, out of the whole thing, because of how hectic this thing has gotten. And also I did see that there's now a smaller clip where someone was kind of telling them how wrong it is and whatnot. And it took him a minute for him to even acknowledge it, and that might just drag this entire subject. But I wanted to talk about these comments. I saw a few comments of people saying that, why does it sound like I want to agree with them? And I wanted to answer that. Like, how do people hear? This is get to the point. So my video was 13 minutes, okay? So my video is 13 minutes, and this person is saying this. Get to the point. Don't compare us all. Are you agreeing with that, with this that was spoken about us, but you're doing it indirectly? Be direct, man. How did you hear what I was saying? Now, I'm not asking for like people on the channel, people that know me on the channel. I'm asking, like, you, in any conversation you are in, right? We don't need to justify or try to make a statement for this person in particular. It wasn't this person only. But ask yourself, how are you hearing what's being said to you in every single day conversations? And I think this is a teachable moment for us. We are not involved in the whole conversation, right? Now, of course, you might say, okay, I'm a colored person, I feel offended and so forth. I get you there. But in the general sense of things, we may converse about it, and to the most part, it may just end up at a conversation level for us. But when you are in a conversation, how are you hearing what's being said? In my video, if you watch my video, if you go back to my video and you listen to the first 30 seconds of the video, this is how I opened the video. So there's a podcast in South Africa that is in trouble for saying something about colored people. And colored people are pissed. They are pissed at something that was said here. But I want to highlight for them and for people that are gaslighting colored people to say, no, you guys, this is not that big a deal. Like those ones who are saying that, I want to show you why you shouldn't be saying that. That's 39 seconds into the video where I said that. seconds into the video. Someone is telling me to get to the point when I'm already clear. 39 seconds into the video, I'm already clear what I'm talking about. So, why does it sound like you are agreeing with them? And okay, I want to just take you to a second comment. There was actually another comment here. And someone says, why am I getting the feeling that you're trying to justify the vomit that was thinking? 39 seconds into the video, I'm clear. Someone says, you love the sound of your own voice. It's a video. You're watching a video. Okay? It's not a phone call. This is a video. I'm shooting the video. Posted the video. You can just press on the video and it will tell you how long is the video. My video was 13 minutes. And 39 seconds in the video, I'm already clear what I want to show. Why they are wrong saying that. How does a person who's even supporting what? How does that become offensive? I think people, are we claiming we want to have a conversation when we don't? Not like really. Because it's very easy to say, you know, we must educate one another, and you, by 30 seconds, you still could not hear what was being said in the video. You're watching a video, man. What do you want from me? You're watching a video. Maybe I must call you personally, then we have a conversation. Like, so is that what this is supposed to be? Like, what are you asking? But I wanted to show you this with this verse here, and being in a conversation we've had in discipleship class. This is Galatians chapter number 6, verse number 1. Listen to how this verse puts it. It says, brothers, if someone is caught in a trespass, someone gets into something that they ought not to. It says, you who are spiritual should restore him with a spirit of gentleness. So, it says, but watch yourself, or you also may be tempted. The verse warns of the danger of being in the right. You are right. They are wrong. But still, when you approach the subject, it says, but watch yourself. That while you are in the right, you don't find a trap for yourself. So, in the right, you are in the right. But be very clear, watch yourself so that you don't find a temptation. You don't fall into an own. Why? Because in the right, it's very easy to think everyone. That's why you're probably seeing, you just saw me and you assumed. He probably agrees with them. Like, how were you hearing me in that video? It's not even about length. The other person made it about length, like, okay, let the plane land, whatever. For some people, they'll make it about that. Some people, this is what? Do you think we all make 20 seconds videos? I don't speak very fast. I speak very calmly and ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. And there's 100,000 people that watch my content that are subscribed to this channel outside of your comments that clearly watch these videos with the way I present them. Just go find what you like. Because question is, How are you listening? That someone hears that in the video and still assumes I support that. Like, how? And what are you hearing exactly that told you he probably agrees with that? And why claim you want a conversation? Like, we should be educating each other. We like saying these things. It's very general things. You always hear people saying that. Why do we claim we want, we want dialogue and we want to educate one another? And then when someone comes into a topic or into a subject matter that they may be seen as a person who's outside of the conversation, but comes in to educate on the matter, no, they should just talk fast and finish and pass. So how do you claim you're interested in educating one another when clearly you don't care about the conversation? You don't care about the dialogue. Why claim you care about the dialogue when 39 seconds of a 13-minute video you couldn't even listen to deduce what is the subject matter of the video? The Bible tells you how you get into that position. It shows you why I'm a Christian. This is why I'm a Christian. It's because the Bible enables us to keep watch over ourselves and not overly assume right. Like, who do you think agrees with that? There are people, of course, that will try and make a case for that. I saw some people say, correct them as a brother. I don't know them. There's this association with skin, even when people are wrong, and I don't understand. The person is wrong. What are you saying? I don't get that. I don't get that. I mostly see those things like. I mostly see those type of things. I've heard people make those kind of claims. I don't know why they make them. It's a weird thing to. So you want me to associate? No. If a person is wrong, they are wrong. It's just that simple. Why can't you deal with wrong, right? Now I must be dealing with skin. No, the brother is the skin. What conversation? But I've noticed that there is this claim of wanting to have a conversation and wanting to educate and what. But then at the same time, we're not even listening to each other. Like, you're probably here just claiming you are listening, but you're not. You've already concluded he believes they are right. You never even listened. So how do young people like that get it right when you claim education, dialogue, and you still can't communicate? Right here on social media, you still can't communicate. And even people that agree with you, they must argue their way. They must argue their way in so that they earn the right to comment. So I must come here and say, no, me, I love colored people. Like, what are we talking about at that level? Like, I must come here and tell you, Ayante is colored. Like, at that point, what are we talking about? Why claim we want to have a conversation? Why claim we are interested in educating one another and so forth and growing? And why claim that? When someone is wrong, we all agree he's wrong, but even the person that agrees with you, you can't even see them. Like, how are you listening when you can't even hear? In that video, you can't hear that happen. So I thought this was a very interesting video on the subject. You have friends. You have work colleagues. Don't worry, me, I'm not your friend at work, so don't worry. I don't take it personally when you say those things, right? But how are you hearing yourself? How are you hearing the outcome of the conversations you're involved in? How are you hearing all these things? Like the things that people say to you. the things that people correct you on personally and all that kind of stuff. Like, how are you hearing their concerns? Because you might be drawing conclusions, right, on something that you are actually wrong about. The same way, there are people you can see in the comments right here. It kind of reminds you of that. It reminds you to listen. How are you listening? How are you listening? You're right in correcting the guys, but how did you hear me supporting them? How? How did that come out of that video? How did you get that? In discipleship, when we were speaking about this, like, how is man meant to hear? Like, when the Bible says, if your eye is dark, how great is that darkness? Like, what does that verse mean? How was man meant to hear? And we spoke about that in discipleship. And because it's such a deep subject, and you see it when you're involved on social media, especially, you see a lot of it where you say something and someone says, you just rather shut up about that. But then if you were to go back and like, so wait, so you want me not to comment about this because what, my opinion doesn't matter? Am I wrong? And they might not hold true that you are wrong or that your opinion doesn't matter concerning the subject matter or how you see it. And you might not even be wrong about the subject. So why is it then that they should be quiet about it? Like, you tend to see those conversations, especially pertaining certain subjects. Now, I think on this subject, you should just not comment. So like, what are you saying? But are you so superior that others shouldn't? Like, what are you saying? Like, so what's coming out like right now? Like, what is that? Human nature is fascinating. Human nature is absolutely fascinating. But for these guys, it's gonna drag. This is gonna drag, especially with that second clip that some people are now circulating. It's only gonna drag even more because now there's politics behind, and if they had something that was tainting their image, and now you have this where they can, they're gonna take it, and so they'll push it just on that main point alone, and I think it's quite interesting. It's interesting that when the letter came out, they already put out, we're willing to take these measures, and so it kind of shuts down that the Patriotic Alliance or any of these other people that are correcting them are the ones that brought it to them. That they are already addressing those things and stuff like that. But ask yourself, in your personal life, in your everyday conversation, what are you hearing and how are you hearing? Do you think you misunderstood someone today, yesterday? Someone said something and then you just completely took Wahamba left. You just went left. And even when you knew you were wrong, you continued left. How are you hearing? I don't know you personally, right? I don't know you personally, but you clearly still held to even had me saying something that I didn't say. So how did you get to that? And in your personal life, how are you hearing people in your personal life? When me, who's not affiliated to, me, who's not a friend of yours, me, who's not near you, you can hear me in that manner when I am saying absolutely the opposite. My brother, my sister, how are you hearing people in your personal life? How are you hearing? It's Ricky, we're done here.